Hello, and welcome to More Than Books with the Warren County Library. I'm your host, Sandy Roberts. Usually you'd find me in the library makerspace holding classes on everything from crafting to coding, but all that changed in March of 2020 when our library closed due to COVID-19. That's when our intrepid band of library staff put technology to good use and moved everything online. We offered activities on Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom. We taught patrons to use our many digital resources, and we created a curbside pickup system to lend books. We adapted. So as part of our effort to offer more to our patrons during this very challenging time, we've started this podcast. Every 2 weeks, we'll share upcoming programs, exciting news, interviews, tutorials, and more with you. Our hope is that this will give you the tools you need to make the most of that library card. Because these days, your library is so much more than books. Welcome to our inaugural episode of More Than Books. Just a reminder, this is a work in progress, so please bear with us as we learn and develop this program. That said, I would love your input. So if you have some suggestions for things that you'd love to hear included in this podcast, absolutely send me a note at sroberts@warrenlib.org. I would love to hear your suggestions. We're kicking off today with one of the most exciting months of the year, October. With Halloween coming up at the end of the month, it is a great time at the library. We have a ton of fun programs all month long, online and in person, so I know there is something for everyone. In today's program, I'm going to be speaking with our children's librarian, Lina Crowell, about our Spooktacular Reading Challenge. Then we'll be chatting with Brad Koller, who is offering 2 in-person woodcarving workshops at Catherine Dixon Hoffman branch. We'll also talk briefly about World Space Week, which is going on right now, and we have some fun things planned for that. And of course, I'll update you on some of the library news that's going on. Anyway, let's get started. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, let's talk about some of the news. A lot of exciting developments at the library over the last couple of months, of course. If you don't know, you should know. We are open with limited hours right now. So each branch of the system is open 1 day a week. That means that Northeast Branch near Hackettstown is open on Mondays. Southwest Branch is open on Tuesday. That one is near Stewartsville and Phillipsburg. Our headquarters branch in Belvedere is open on Wednesdays, and the Catherine Dixon Hoffman branch in Blairstown is open on Thursdays. Regardless of the branch, the schedule's basically the same. From 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., we're open for our vulnerable populations, those that may have pre-existing conditions or who are elderly and want to be able to use the library as safely as possible. Then from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., we are open to the public. At 1 o'clock, we close until 2 to do a cleaning, make sure everything is as sanitized as we can. And then we reopen at 2 until 6 p.m. for the public again. And we want you to know that we have a special service that comes in and deep cleans each of the libraries after they're open. Now, you may notice some changes when you get to the library, right? We are asking that you wear masks to help protect the public. There is plexiglass in place. We have some spacing rules that are necessary. We have a limited number of people that can come into each branch at a time. Hasn't been a problem. We have not had any problems with having to turn people away. But we are trying to keep that social distancing inside the library. Books do need to be quarantined for 4 days after they are returned. So sometimes that can mean it might take a little while to get your favorite pick, but don't worry. You'll be notified when it's available. And of course, we have hand sanitizer out for you to use. Computers are being regularly sanitized between use. So we are doing everything that we can to make your experience at the library as safe and comfortable as possible. So definitely come on in and check it out. Sometimes there's nothing quite like browsing for a book, right? Let's see, other important things. If you aren't able to come into the library, we offer curbside pickup. So what this means is that you go onto the website, warrenlib.org, warrenlib.org, and you pick out your books in our catalog. You put them on hold under your library number, library card. Then you're going to click on curbside pickup, which is on our website, and schedule time to come and pick up your books. They're going to be held with the first 2 letters of your last name and the last 4 numbers of your library card. And all you have to do is drive up. They'll be out on a table in a paper bag, clearly labeled. Pick up your materials and keep on going. And that can be so helpful right now if you've got kids in the car or, you have errands to run, because stuff is stressful enough. If you don't feel comfortable coming into the library right now, or you just need to save the time, use that curbside pickup service. It is really, really great. So it's very easy to use too. Other really important things to let you know, we have a new library app that you can download. And it's really great because it gives you all kinds of useful things. For example, you can, reserve books, you can register for events, all kinds of things. So the app is really useful. You can even use it for a print from home service. Okay, so now you can send your items from home to be printed at the library and just come and pick them up. We have all kinds of digital resources that are available. So consumer reports, all kinds of ebooks, audiobooks. You can get electronic magazines. You can stream video. Definitely go to that website, because if you haven't been there in a while, there may be a lot of resources you were not familiar with that you can put to good use. So that's really a big deal. And then we have things like museum passes as people are going out and getting back out into the world a little bit more. We have what we call Beyond Books, which means you can borrow things that aren't books, like binoculars, metal detectors, and, electronic tablets, Android tablets to use. So we have a wide variety of things that aren't just books. Now, if you're still a traditionalist and you like the books and the videos, we have a grab and go bag service, which is really fun. What you do is you go onto the website and you put in some of the things that you'd like. Like, I'd like DVDs, I'd like traditional books, I like mysteries, I like, nonfiction. And our team will curate a bag for you and put together a special collection. So this is great if you're like, I can't think of any new authors, or I just don't know what I want this month. They will put together something special for you. It's a really fantastic service. And, ask for anything. They will find a way to make sure that you find something that's really fun. Our library staff is pretty amazing. And we are very thankful for all that hard work that they do. Okay, so that's some of the basic news. We do want to remind you to make sure that you are registered to vote and that you do vote in the upcoming election. It's really important for us as a government agency and, an organization that's here for the public, that you get out there and vote and make sure that your voice is heard. Please make sure that you complete your U.S. Census for 2020, because that directly ties to our funding. And making sure that we have an accurate count really means that those dollars that help keep our library going come into our community. So make sure that you have taken care of that. If you have any questions about either of those, again, warrenlib.org, we have the information for you. Okay, so those are some of the, important updates that you might want to check out. If you want to get regular updates to your email every week, we really suggest that you join our newsletter. You can do that right from the website, and you will get a weekly reminder of upcoming programs and special programs. You will get pop-ups for special events. You can choose what lists you want to be on, so more or less. But it's a really great service, and it's one of those really useful things. It's not advertising something that they want you to buy. We're letting you know what your tax dollars are bringing into your community every single day. You may as well make good use of it, right? Okay, let's talk about our library's upcoming Spooktacular October Reading program. Okay, so why don't we start by introductions? So tell me a little bit about what you do for the library.
Okay, I'm the children's librarian. So a big part of my job is the collection of the children's books. I order and manage the kids' collections at all of our branches. That includes the picture books, the easy readers, the juvenile fiction, and the juvenile nonfiction.
Wow, so that's a lot to maintain. That's a lot to do.
It is. And I also kind of oversee juvenile programming, which, of course, in these days is much different from when it was in the past. Rather than doing programs in person, of course, now we've taken them all online. So I've been doing virtual story time once a week on Facebook Live, which is quite a bit different from doing story time in person.
That's for sure. Yeah.
But I've kind of gotten used to it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we practice and we try new things and you roll with it. That's all you can do these days, right?
We do. It's amazing some of the skills I've picked up since March.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So I know that, like you said, you do a lot of the children's programming, and that means that you coordinate things like the summer reading and our October Spooktacular Reading Challenge. So,
yes, summer reading is a big part of the job.
yeah, that's a huge endeavor every year. I know.
It is.
I know it takes a ton of planning. So, I mean, Spooktacular seems a little bit smaller. Why don't you tell us about that? It might be a little more manageable than the summer.
Yes. October Spooktacular is sort of a mini summer reading program. It only lasts for 1 month, October 1st to the 31st. And it's just a way you can log the books that you read. And this year we've made it a little bit different because, of course, it has to be online. So anyone who participated in this past summer's summer reading program knows that we moved it online using a program called Beanstack. Mm-hmm. So we're doing the same thing with October Spooktacular. We've also set that up during Beanstack. If you participated in the summer reading program this year, you don't need to set up an account. You already have one in Beanstack. So all you have to do is go to the Beanstack site and register for the October Spooktacular Challenge.
Now, is that link provided on our website at warrenlib.org?
Yes, it is. There is a slider on our homepage. So when that comes up for October Spooktacular, you can just click on that and it will take you right to the site where you need to sign up.
Now, is it tough to sign up? Is it pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple?
No, it's pretty easy. If you haven't, like I said, if you've registered for summer reading, then all you have to do is sign up for the challenge. If not, then you'll need to create an account, and it's easy. It just asks you basic questions like your name, your age, your home library branch. You have to put in your library card number. So it's pretty easy. And this year we have challenges for kids, for teens, and for adults.
So pretty much everybody can participate. So that's great.
Yes. Anyone who has a Warren County Library card can participate.
Nice. Maybe I'll have to actually register this time. I always do for my kids, and I never think to do for me.
This year, I think we had a lot of adults who participated in summer reading. I think just because in order to register their kids, they had to create an account. So
there you go. So I mean, it's kind of a win that way.
Yes, absolutely. I would do it if I had kids.
Yeah. So there you go. So you go to the website. If you haven't already created an account, you make one on Beanstack. Use your library card to do that. And everyone in the family can participate, kids, teens, adults. And you're basically going to read books from October 1st through the 31st, and you're going to log them in this software, right?
Yes.
In Beanstack.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I know that you can earn badges. Can you tell me a little bit more about the badges?
Yes. The badges, of course, are just virtual badges, but you can see them on your the challenge page on Beanstack. Before you complete them, they're shown in kind of a grayed out color, but once you've completed them, then they show up in color, and they're really pretty cute and seasonal, and have to do with fall and Halloween.
It's a little bit of a friendly challenge maybe you can do with friends or family.
So they'll show up on your account as you complete them. And there are 3 different kinds of badges. There's a logging badge, which you earn when you log books. You earn the badge for logging books. There's a book review badge, which you can earn simply by reviewing the books that you've read.
Oh, neat.
And for the kids, there's also a way that you can do a photo
Oh,
review.
neat.
The kids can draw a picture and you can upload it.
That's really fun. That I like all
It
the
is.
STEAM stuff, and I like combining all of that. So that's really great.
Right. Or you can take a photograph or you can make a video. So
Wow.
if you're really,
That's a good
into
challenge,
this, you
right?
could
Maybe
do
for
that.
some of
Yeah,
our teens,
absolutely.
they
I
can
think
make
that would be
like
something
TikTok
more,
style.
maybe the teens would like to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
For the
pretty
summer,
neat.
we did have a couple of kids who drew pictures, and it's cute to see what they come up with.
I love the idea of doing the reviews, because I feel like I'm always looking for people's opinions about books when I'm trying to pick a new one. So that's really, are others be able to, others I presume can see your reviews?
Yes, you
Great.
can see there's, when you're logged into your account, there are some tabs at toward the top of the page, and one of them is, I think it's called peer reviews.
Oh, cool.
Or maybe just reviews. So you can click on that and see, reviews that people have submitted. And then there are also activity badges.
Oh.
And they cover quite a broad area. Some of them are designed to just encourage you to maybe read things that you haven't read before, maybe try a new genre or a new format, like, download an ebook or listen to an audiobook.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, really show people all the things we offer too.
Yes, it does. And some of them are just fun. Like, for October Spooktacular, we had one, where we asked kids, what are you going to dress up as for Halloween? Or, we had another one where, did you make a jack-o'-lantern? Does your jack-o'-lantern have a name? What does it look like? And then for adults, we had some, like take your family apple picking, and so just some of them are just fun things to do.
Yeah, really. I mean, and again, that kind of goes to the whole idea that we are more than books. The library is much more than books, and we want people to be getting out into their community as best as they can, safely, of course, and doing fun things with the family. So that's really great. I love that. Yeah. Now I know that there are prizes you can earn. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Okay. For the kids and the teens, if they read at least 5 books and complete at least one activity badge, they will receive just a small treat bag, probably some candy, maybe some other little, items tossed in. So
nice.
And everyone, kids, teens, and adults, gets to participate in our grand prize drawing.
Oh.
And there's one for each of those age groups. And every badge that you earn, whether it's a logging badge, a review badge, or an activity badge, serves as an entry into the grand prize drawing.
Oh, okay. I see how that works.
The more books you read, the more reviews you submit, the more activities you do, the more chances you have to win. Very
nice. And when will those prizes be drawn?
That will be drawn at the end of the program. And I believe each branch will have their own grand prizes. So it's not, you're not competing against everybody in the system, just everybody who's signed up at your home branch. And I believe that each of the grand prizes will be a gift card.
Oh, cool. So, I mean, to local businesses or just in general to somewhere like Target?
Each branch will get their own. So it might be a local business. It might be, Target or Walmart or Amazon, just wherever each branch decides to get them.
Yeah, because they can customize then to their patrons, which makes a lot of sense. And that I didn't realize it was for each branch. That gives people a lot of opportunity.
It does. Yes.
Very neat. And I love the idea of the gift card too, because I feel like maybe a little more environmentally friendly and gives you many options of what you want to do with that prize. So
right. In the past, we had put together a sort of a prize basket with some goodies in it, but with not being open all the time and people not having a chance to be able to come into the library, we just thought that maybe the gift card is the way to go. Yeah. And everybody loves getting a gift card.
Oh yeah, I mean, who doesn't love a gift card? Exactly. All right. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. A nice, fun way to celebrate October and to celebrate Halloween. Now, are there any other reading challenges like this through the year, or is it pretty much October and summer? Because I know that there are lots
That's
to put together.
pretty much. We'll probably look at something that we can do in the winter.
Mm. Yeah, I know
And
that they
we
often
also
like
have,
for a book and stuff like that too.
yes, we also have a program that I'm kind of working on adding this to Beanstack as well. We've had it in place as a paper-based program for a few years now called 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten.
Oh, yeah.
Which encourages parents to, read your kids 1,000 books before they enter kindergarten, and it will help them be better prepared for school.
That's great. Yeah, no, that's a great way to kind of encourage kids to read and to read together with their parents, Like, I mean, what's better than
Absolutely.
that? There's nothing better than that. Many
That's right.
happy memories of reading books to my kids before bed.
Me too.
And now we're a family that shares books together. So we'll all read the same book together, which is really fun.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
It's fun to do that.
But thank you so much for your time. Now, when is your story time each week?
It's on Tuesdays at 1:30.
Okay, and they can find that on our Facebook page.
It's on Facebook Live. And Erin from the Southwest branch also does one on Fridays, I believe at 10 o'clock.
Yes, I do believe
and
so.
And that's also on Facebook Live. So
yeah, and I know she's done some STEAM story times too, for those
yes,
that like.
She has during the summertime. She did that. I think she's doing one like that for October Spooktacular. I think she has
great. That's fun.
Kind of a ghost STEAM program coming up. And
so
something now also for October Spooktacular, there's a lot of programs.
Yes.
So definitely look at our program calendar and see what's coming up. We're also going to be doing a virtual Halloween party for kids.
Oh, that's so much fun.
So that will be fun. Miss Jerry and I are planning that. We figure we'll have fun, whether the kids do or not.
I'm sure they will. I mean, especially because a lot of places aren't doing trick-or-treating and things like that. You got to have a chance to show off your costume,
Well, of course. So that will be on Zoom so that, the people who participate will be able to see the kids' costumes.
Yay. I know my girls are working on their costume. Maybe we'll have to jump in.
Yes, it'll be fun.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Lina. And for all that you do to bring fun programs to the kids in our community. So I will make sure that I have you back soon to talk about all the other fun things that you're doing.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So maybe we can just start with, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
My name is Brad Kohler, and I teach, I have a small business, and I teach making your own walking sticks and or making your own magic wands. I'm a retired teacher. I taught for 33 years with the Juvenile Justice Commission. Most of those years I taught adventure education.
Oh, wow.
Rock climbing, cross-country skiing, downhill skiing, ropes courses, zip wire, canoeing, kayaking. So, yes, I had a fun career.
That sounds like a really exciting opportunity to get to connect with people and to teach in that way. So, so how did you get into wood carving?
I started in 1972. I was hiking the Appalachian Trail, and just starting college. I never finished the trail. I completed 2 states, but I was running up mountains and hauling a pack of about 45 to 50 pounds.
Wow, yeah.
And they said, make sure you have a walking stick with you. It was before the time of the trekking poles. So I made myself a walking stick. And I've been doing that ever since.
Wow. So, I mean, when you say that you're making a walking stick, what does that look like? I mean, like how large is something like that?
A walking stick is about 4.5 feet long, maybe about a diameter of 1 inch to 1.25 inches. It varies as far as wood. these days I make a lot of my walking sticks out of red cedar or Atlantic white cedar, ironwood, maple, or beech. Those
Oh, wow.
are my woods.
Now, do you, I'm just curious, do you find the wood on the trails, or do you order it, or where do you find the right materials?
I don't order. I have a friend up in Dingman's Ferry, PA, who gives me the beech and the maple. I have a friend in Stockton, New Jersey, who gives me my persimmon tree, also red cedar, and I have certain areas in the Pine Barrens where I get Atlantic white cedar.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So it's all local. It's from the area. It's natural substance. That's really cool. So, what makes wood carving special? I don't think it's a hobby that maybe a lot of folks are real familiar with still. Why do you think this is special or important? Why do you do this?
Well, I very much enjoy working with wood. I always have. But once you start peeling off the bark, you find such beautiful grain and such beautiful color underneath. And it's always a surprise as to what you're going to get. So I guess that's why I like woodworking.
So I guess every wand, every walking stick is going to be different because each tree is a little different.
Absolutely, yes.
Wow. So, obviously this is a hobby that's brought you a lot of joy over the years. So why do you offer these classes? What gave you the idea to start instructing others on this?
Well, I started when I retired in 2016. I started making walking sticks again, and found that the trade was the trade was just not. I wasn't going to make any money off of it.
Craftsmanship is tough, yes.
I couldn't even give the walking sticks away at that point. So I decided, let me teach others how to make walking sticks. I'm a teacher, and I enjoy teaching, and I enjoy teaching something that I love doing. So that's how I got into these classes. And after the first 2 or 3, I realized that the classes were well received.
Sure.
They like doing this. It's hard work, but they enjoy the classes.
Who do you typically teach to? Obviously, libraries you do classes for, but what other groups do you do classes for?
I've taught classes with Girl Scouts, with Boy Scouts, with camps. One camp up in the Poconos, Pocono Environmental Ed Center.
Okay.
Teach at. Not so much the libraries in Ocean County. They haven't shown an interest. But a historic village called White's Bog Historic Village.
Oh, neat.
With national parks at Millbrook Village.
Okay.
So quite a few places.
Wow, yeah. So really lots of opportunity for folks to learn. That's really great.
Yes.
So when someone attends a workshop like this, what can they expect? What are they going to learn? What does that process look like?
Okay. I try and give everyone, you come through the door and you're offered a selection of rough sticks. You choose your own rough stick and you start working on it. I teach you how to use the tools, and I never, in any of my classes, I never use knives.
Okay.
I find they're just not effective tool. We use something called a wood rasp.
Okay.
And I teach people about the wood rasp and how to use it and how to use it effectively. I make sure that all of the safety gear is in place, and people go at it. It's individual activity, but I make my way around the group all the time. If anyone has questions or needs help, I jump in and give them a hand.
Right. And so this is something that's for kind of older kids and adults, right?
Actually, the age limit I set at 12. Age 12 to 14, I ask a parent to be there. 14 on up is fine by themselves. about 14 up to about 99.
All right. And I presume there are gloves and goggles that are necessary just to protect people?
I don't use goggles. I haven't found a need for them. If somebody wants to wear them or a face mask, well, certainly a face mask.
Sure.
And distancing for because of the virus.
Sure.
We insist on that. I do not provide the face mask. I will spray down all of my tools, and those are individual. People work with that tool only.
Gotcha.
As I said, distance, but also the wood rasp itself can hurt somebody if they handle it wrong. So I make sure that they have work gloves and an apron, and we use something called a lap bench, which fastens to their legs and sits on their lap. It's a piece of plywood, and basically they work off this lap bench.
Okay.
So if there's any slip, the lap bench takes the brunt of damage.
Okay, so this sounds like you've thought of all the safety procedures that we would need to be concerned with. And I know that the program is taking place outside, right?
Yes, it is.
So that's an extra safety measure for COVID. So,
yes.
Okay.
What we'll probably do if we'll set up in the pavilion, but if people want to spread out on the lawns, that is very, very safe and certainly encouraged.
Okay. Wow. Now, about how long does it take to make a wand or a walking stick?
A walking stick would take about 2.5 to 3 hours. A wand would take about 2 hours, maybe 2.5, maybe 2.5.
Okay. So if someone can't attend this workshop, and I hope that we will have great attendance, how could they learn more about wood carving if they wanted to learn more about this hobby?
Well, I also teach what I call demonstrations at various places. I've done it at Millbrook Village. I do it at White Bog Historic Village. And basically I sit on a porch and make a walking stick, and people come up and ask me questions all the time. So you can learn by just attending one of those locations. I'm sure there's something online on YouTube.
Sure.
But honestly, to speak to somebody in person is more informative, more educational.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And hopefully, as we move through the year, more of those kinds of events will get to take place. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. Folks, this is Brad Koller. He is hosting our wood carving workshops this weekend at Catherine Dixon Hoffman Branch. So there is a workshop for wand making and one for walking sticks. Anything else you want to share before we go, Brad? Sorry.
I always offer the participants a choice of their rough stick for wand or a walking stick. If you get there late, you're going to get a four
right.
selection. You get there early, you can choose. And I'm not the most able person. I have knee issues. So if people can, if you get there early and want to help me set up, I will take any help. Thank you.
Okay. Well, early bird gets the worm, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm really excited. I'm hoping to get over there myself and learn a little bit this weekend. So I really appreciate all of this, and I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
All right. Take care and have a lovely day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, last thing before I let you go. It is World Space Week all week long. This is an international celebration. It takes place each year in October, the 4th through the 10th. This is the third year the Warren County Library has participated with activities. This year, of course, looks a lot different than most years. Everything is online, and that is the case pretty much across the world. On Monday, I posted a short introductory video about World Space Week, so I encourage you to go check that out. That's on our Facebook page. And it really is interesting to see all the different things that are going on this week. This year's theme is the satellite, which is probably more important right now than it ever has been before. Obviously, we use those satellites for our internet, for our cell signals, and with everybody distance learning and in Zoom meetings and keeping, in touch with their family using technology. Those satellites are so important. But of course, they're important for a lot of things. So I really encourage you to check that out. I'll also put in the show notes the link to World Space Week's website, which has got all kinds of great resources for learning or for educating about space. Keep in mind that in our events calendar, we have some fun projects this week. For example, today at 3, we had our Lego Challenge, which was all space themed. On Monday, we had our Upcycled Maker Challenge, which was a constellation craft. So you can go and watch that on YouTube or Facebook. And on Friday, we have Friday STEAM, where we'll be learning about human senses in space. Then on Saturday, we have our virtual night sky scavenger hunt, where we'll get together on Zoom, talk a little bit about what you can see in the night sky right now, and then go out there and try to find as many of those items as you can. It's a great way to get together with your family, bundle up on these early nights, and look to the stars. So I hope that you'll join us for some of those fun activities, and hopefully next year we can do some constellation seeking together at the library rather than through Zoom. Now, I know that you know all about our October Spooktacular Reading Challenge, but we have some other fun stuff going on this month for Halloween. All month long, we have our Halloween I Spy, which you can access through our website. There's the Autumn Trivia Challenge every Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Facebook. There's Horror Bites every Monday at noon on Facebook. And if you aren't following our Facebook page, you definitely want to do that. Just go into Facebook, type in Warren Lib, and we should come right up. Make sure you're following that page. Other special programs we have coming up. On Thursday, October 8th, we have When There Were Witches at 7 p.m., which is a great virtual program all about the lore of witches. We have a great program on New Jersey's folk grave maker tradition on October 13th at 6:30. The following week, we have a program called Very Superstitious, which is about all these different superstitions and how they play into our lives. That's at 6:30 as well. We have a great owl pumpkin decoration craft at 2 p.m. on the 20th with Luciana. If you haven't checked out her great crafts, you should definitely do that. Same goes for Mary Ellen, whose crafts are on Thursdays at 2 p.m. And this month on the 22nd, she has planned pumpkins 3 ways or more. That sounds like a lot of fun. We have 2 different theatrical makeup workshops, one on the 21st and one on the 23rd. So make sure you take a look at those. Very interesting. Make sure you have the best Halloween makeup possible. On the 24th, we have the Telltale Tales, that's a mouthful, of Edgar Allan Poe, a virtual performance. And who doesn't love a little bit of Edgar Allan Poe for Halloween, right? And then fun things, we have some virtual programs on sweet treats, making some desserts near the end of the month on the 26th. We have our virtual Halloween party on the 27th, and then Haunted New Jersey and Spiritualism at 7 p.m. That one's going to be scary, but really interesting. So if you haven't checked out that event calendar and registered for some programs, you are missing out. Last one for the month is going to be our virtual Halloween escape room. Open to everyone, all families. It'll run all day long. And some of these folks have prizes. So make sure that you are taking a look and registering for all these great programs. It's going to be an exciting Halloween at the library. Well, that about finishes up our show for the week. Thank you so much for coming on out and listening to this. I know that this is the first one, so I'm hoping that it was useful and informative and entertaining for you. If you have suggestions, again, we would love to know. Just send me an email at sroberts@warrenlib.org or just pass along the information to any of our really wonderful staff members at the Warren County Library. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you need.
Keep in mind that our website, warrenlib.org, WARRENLIB.org, is always there with tons of information. So make sure that you bookmark that. Please take a moment to download our app so you have that information on you all the time. Super easy to register for programs or use our digital content that way. And of course, sign up for our newsletter. That way, every week you will get a reminder of some of the fantastic programs that we have coming up and some of the other things that we offer through the library. This is Sandy Roberts for More Than Books with the Warren County Library System. Thank you again for listening today, and I will see you in 2 weeks.